ideology, the mind frame, the perceptions, paradigms, and beliefs that go into thinking that animals are inferior to us is the same way that we go about treating, or that we have treated, other human beings who we have decided are different than us. And so what she's saying is, you don't. So clearly, right? I'm a human. We look different. Us and this manatee, we look different. But are those differences enough to say that I am better than this manatee? I don't think so. I do not think so. Because with that same logic, you could have a crab that says, oh, I'm a crab, you know, I have a hard shell, look at these humans, you take a pin, stab them, they bleed, you know, I'm a crab, you do that to me, that doesn't happen, I have a hard shell, what's wrong with these human beings? Oh, well, I'm superior to them. And that's the same sort of mentality. So with the speciesism, yes, what's your name?
Emilia.
Aaliyah?
Emilia. It's
Emilia.
like Emily with an A at the
It's
end.
beautiful, Emilia. Yes, Emilia.
I kind of talked a little bit about this earlier. I don't remember if you were here, but I learned about this in psychology actually.
Mm-hmm.
Human beings love to other, we inherently want to place people in an outgroup. We want to define,
yes.
and there are so many inherent biases that go along with that. You know,
Yeah.
the idea that you want to group. It's easier to view other people in the outgroup negatively and view people in the in-group better. That's the outgroup bias. And
tribalism, you're talking about tribalism.
Yeah, and people, it's inherent, you know, and you can, if you really think about it, but some people really, they take advantage of that. They want you to be afraid. They want you to think that something's compromising your stability. And it kind of reminds me of how easily people will turn against those that they're perceived as different. Have you ever heard of the brown eye, blue eye experiment?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The one where that teacher, after the death of Dr. Martin Luther King, she did an experiment with a classroom where she said to all the kids...
Jane Elliott, I believe.
Yes. It was a bunch of, Caucasian kids who were sort of...
American kids, yeah.
Yeah, and they were sort of, a little bit higher up in the world. They were, probably upper class.
Yeah.
And she was like, all right. Now, she told the class, she was like, by the way, people who have blue eyes are smarter than people who have brown eyes. So all you blue-eyed kids are better, and you brown-eyed kids, we're gonna make you wear a badge to show that you're not as good as the blue-eyed kids. And so after a day or so, they started going against those brown-eyed kids.
Yeah.
Because they were like, you're worse than us. They would it almost became an insult. They're like, you're so brown-eyed, you're terrible. And then they switched the script. And they told the brown-eyed kids, actually, you're better than the blue-eyed kids. And they still did the same thing. The brown-eyed kids were then like, oh, you're so stupid, even though they hadn't learned from the previous thing. And that just really echoes, if we can find, it's so easy for humans to, if there's any separation, we just amplify it. We make it important even if we know it isn't.
Excellent.
But it's inherent in our nature, and we have to really think about that consciously and go against it.
I'd like to speak to that. So it being inherent in our nature, then I'm going to go on. I'd like to speak to that because what it sounds like you're saying is it's something that is, and going back to your comment, something that is important for us, that was crucial for us as human beings to evolve, being tribal. Now we've turned that into a sort of weapon against others, and we need to know when to put that down and to stop doing that, and we haven't. So even though there may be a natural urge where the intentions were great, it sounds like what you're saying is, and if it is, I agree with that as well. I think that was wonderful. What you're saying is, it's getting to the point though where it's getting to the point of being really abusive, unnecessary,
being exploited,
not crucial. Yes, exploitative. Yeah, wonderful, brilliant. Yeah, thank you, excellent. Okay, so moving on to octopi. So some people in our animal law program, the clinic, they're focusing on designating octopus as legal persons. So that's very great, interesting, not even interesting work, incredible work. And they're looking at this idea of cognition. And it's very similar, I think, to the similarities between who made I believe you made the PowerPoint about animals. Yeah, what's your name again?
My name is Alexandra.
Yeah, Alexandra or Drea?
Alexandra.
Great, right. And so pigs being regarded, if we say that pigs have the intelligence of a 3-year-old, what does that make us think? How are we going to continue excusing killing them in the way that we do and using them as food? So same thing with octopi or octopuses. I have not gotten that right yet. Okay, so